I was just reading an interesting suggestion from Aristotle about voluntary and involuntary acts. I'm pulling in just a simple example out from the actual example that he used. Imagine you're at sea in a storm in a ship with goods, and the weather gets really bad, threatening the ship, and as sailors will sometimes do in such circumstances, they'll decide to throw the cargo of the ship overboard to save the ship and themselves. The question is that a voluntary act or an involuntary act? Aristotle claims that it's a voluntary act insofar as the motive came from the individual themselves, from the sailors to throw the goods off the ship. But it's involuntary, as he describes, because in the abstract, which is the general case, no individual would actually do such a thing, no sane individual would do such a thing, but was compelled instead by the circumstances. So, though the motive came from within, the actual reason for it, and the motive came from in and was voluntary, the reason for it was, as he said, in the abstract, therefore involuntary. Aristotle would label that action an involuntary action. Likewise, if someone held your family captive and threatened you to either kill them unless you performed some despicable act, likewise, that would be an involuntary action. Interesting categorization. I never really thought about it that way.